BWN News, for work, for play, for life.
Good morning. First of all, let me thank the media for allowing the Watershed Department to be able to tell their story today. We want to thank you for your patience as we went through the process of collecting data to determine what was going on with our system. I can remember that day in September of last year when you had me backed in the corner on the 5th floor and you are asking me individual questions about individual bills, and my response was that we weren't going to look at individual bills, that we were going to address the issue with the billing and with the meters from a holistic prospect, and we've done that. What's happened for the last couple of months is we've done a random sample of about 9,000 of the 127,000 residential and irrigation meters in the system. Data was collected from in-person field observations following the November and December meter reading and billing schedules. The main issue that was uncovered was the installation of antennas that allowed the meter interface units to accurately transmit water usage from the meter to an automatic meter reading handheld device or mobile data collector. Over the past 11 years, the city has been causing a great deal of dust, inconveniencing our customers with plates in the road, taking property for the process of rehabbing our sewer lines, and all this has been done at the inconvenience of our customers. On top of all of that, we've inconvenienced them with one of the highest water rates in the country. We think this is an opportunity for us to get something right. We did a great job with the consent decree. The federal judge said it was remarkable as to what we got accomplished over the last 11 years. But here's an opportunity to get what's right, what's very important to the city right this time. We have a great opportunity here to give our customers what they deserve, and that's great customer service. I read a report in the city clips yesterday, and I think it came from the AJC, and it said that the city's AMR meters are perfect. What we did find that was 96% of the time the meters did read accurately. Are we satisfied with that? No, we're not. We are not satisfied with that. We think that we should get it right all of the time. And going forward, we're going to give our customers what we think they deserve. They deserve to have their antennas placed correctly on their meter lid boxes. And that's this silver apparatus here. They deserve to have a register that fits the meter base. Mismatched registers results in inaccurate building. To give you an example, if you've got a 1-inch register and a 5/8 base, you're going to get billed twice what your normal rate should be in terms of consumption. What's very, very important is the MIU, having the correct MIU. This makes sure that you get the proper bill. What we discovered out in the field is that we've got some crossing in terms of billing, where one individual is getting the other person's bill, which is unfair to our customer. So we're going to correct that in the field. To talk about the methodology in terms of how we came up with the information, Ms. Natalie Knight.
Good morning. So it's important to note that the scope of the project. The scope of the project was only on the automated meter, AMR meters that were installed in the system at the time of sampling. As Commissioner White mentioned, at the time of sampling, 9,193 accounts were randomly sampled from each billing cycle, each meter zone throughout the service area, which included Sandy Springs, Union City, unincorporated Fulton, the entire service area, just not the meters in the city. At the time, we decided to do both a field observation and a system review, meaning we looked at the meters in the field. We did in-site, in-person, visual reads of the data, meaning the meter information, the meter MIU numbers, as what was pointed out by Commissioner White, and other information. We verified that information against what was in our billing system to make sure that the account information was correct. We only looked at information that dealt with billing accuracy and meter efficiency, which is why we took a look at the antennas. So that is the scope of what we did, and in a nutshell, that's it.
And to tell you the components that are our findings in this report, Mr. Jim Beard, the CFO for the department.
Thank you, Dexter. I'd also like to give my sincere thanks to the team that put all this together. They've done a lot of hard work over the past few months. So what we found is about 94.6% of the time, the customer account information matched what was in our system. While that sounds like an outstanding number, in fact, that falls well short of what our goals are. We feel like the number should be more of 99%. What that means is there have been instances where the MIU number was not correct, or instances where the MIU was perhaps attached to your neighbor's account, which means you were getting your neighbor's bill. We're going through the process of figuring out how we want to address these issues holistically throughout the city. One of the other big issues we found is the antenna location. That's more of an efficiency issue and has really nothing to do with the accuracy. But what it does, it creates a situation where my meter readers are very inefficient in reading meters. What we have here is a few examples in the iterations of the meter boxes that have been installed in the city. The meter box closest to me is the newest generation meter box. It was put together by internal engineers and is pretty much state-of-the-art. You'll notice it has a recessed antenna hole at the top, and it's a locking box. What happens now is the meter readers can pick up a signal from that roughly 2,000 feet away. Some of the original meter boxes, we found that the lids don't have holes in them, and the antenna actually sits in the bottom of the hole. As you can imagine, the signal has a hard time coming through a cast iron lid as well as the dirt that's surrounding that box. The antenna orientation is important as well. Sometimes we have the older boxes with the antenna positioned inside, right side up, but still, that's an efficiency issue. Some of the other findings are 96.2% of the time, the AMR meters successfully transmitted to the handheld device. The way our system works is it requires a meter reader to basically travel down the street. 96% of the time, he got an accurate read on that device. One of the other things to note is really there are only 3 states for a meter reading. We get the actual accurate number, we get no number at all, or we get some sort of error code. The error codes will tell us if the register is broken, if the battery's low, and those sorts of things. What we also find, and one of the biggest findings for us from an accuracy standpoint, is that 98.86% of the time, the meter and register size were correct. Unfortunately, that 1.16% of the time, there was that meter register mismatch in which a 1-inch meter register was placed on the incorrect base. That's one of the issues that will take us the most time to solve, and we're working through methodologies to figure out where those meters are located and what's the best way to remediate those issues. We feel like this may even require us to go as far as looking through the entire system. With that said, those are the basics findings. The rest of the data can be seen in the report, and I believe the report is online.